How's it?
Gavin, how's it, Drew? How are you?
Yeah, good. No complaints, thanks.
Okay.
You're not at Newlands, are you? Looks like you are.
Trying to increase the branding opportunities.
No, I'm sure. No. Those long forgotten days, well, they were not forgotten days, but those days we'd love to return.
She's like, I'm actually getting sick of it now.
No, I agree. It's like, it's not gonna stop soon either.
Nah, we're still a long way off.
Yeah.
How's it, guys?
How's it, Michael? You well?
Yeah, not bad, thanks.
It's surviving.
Mike.
Yeah.
So yeah, if you guys can just mute your mics until you've got a question, we can run it that way as we have been. Damian, if I can just start things off with you, you can just give us a rundown of how you've been going with your training in the lockdown. I saw you ran a 20-minute 5K the other day. That must have been mainly downhill, I suppose. And yeah, you've been doing some studying as well. So maybe if you can just give guys an idea of how the lockdown's been going for you training-wise.
Yeah, the lockdown has been going quite well, Mike. It's been tough at times, as you know. But yeah, for me, the past 2-3 months has been going really well. Obviously, we've got our training schedule from our conditioning coach, Chappie, at the Stormers. So he's been following up with us weekly and stuff, just to see that the boys are staying active and the boys are. And also we did a few cool challenges and stuff, to just get that motivation back and stuff like that, especially with the 5K we did, I got 48 seconds down on my 5K, which is really good to see. And, that's a lot of confidence you're getting and motivation you're getting from that. So yeah, the lockdown has been going really well with training and stuff. As I mentioned, it was challenging at times, to get up and, train. It's almost like you're training, but there's no goal. You don't know when you're training for. And yeah, our high performance coach, Tom Dawson Squibb, did a few cool exercises with us, and the one thing was like just trying to win the day. And yeah, I found that like quite easy and how can I say, like mentally challenging, to get through that, and then just like winning the day and seeing the day through instead of like working on 3-week goals or 2-week goals, which is like yeah. So yeah, that helped a lot.
Cool. Also, the team's been involved in some charity projects. Everyone knows about the Pick and Pay, Feed the Nation stuff, and guys who follow you on social media will also know that you've been involved with the Be the Difference Foundation. A couple of our players involved there. You were actually there this morning. Can you give guys an idea of what exactly you're doing there and what's happening?
Yeah, look, so obviously it's a tough time for all of us, and yeah, I've just felt like, I've seen the stuff that happens in my community and the stuff that's happening around me, and yeah, people are really struggling out there, and it's our match duty as players, these are the people who daily and weekly invest into us, by buying tickets, coming to Newlands and supporting us, and yeah, just now is the time to support them, and together we can see this through. So yeah, basically I'm doing my community 2 times a week on a Tuesday and a Friday, where we hand out food. I've also got some help from the local spa, just giving us like dairy stuff and bread and stuff like that. But sometimes we have to dig into our own pockets and stuff, which is not a problem. But yeah, just doing that 2 times a week. I also help some of the other guys like Skara and Cheslin. Sia also helped, so it's a lot of the Stormers guys and Springbok guys, who's really active in the community, and the guys who really want to give back. So that's quite cool. And yeah, we've been doing that since the lockdown started. So yeah, it's been going well. And yeah, this morning also ran quite smoothly.
Nice. I don't know how much you follow of what these guys write, but last week we had Dobbo on here, and he was talking about, with Warwick on the way, backing you at number 10. I mean, obviously you played 10 pretty much the whole season for us. We can just get your thoughts on that, and playing with Warwick and your your combo with Herschel is obviously something that everyone's very excited about as well.
Yeah, so yeah, really excited for Warwick to come down to Cape Town And yeah, he's a great signing. He's a world-class player. We all know that. And his attributes that he'll bring to the Stormers, especially with Dylan leaving, he'll fill that position, and he'll definitely be a leader in that back line, and yeah, it's been amazing to work with him at the World Cup. That was one of the first times that we ever worked together, and yeah, I can't praise him enough for his work ethic and the way he plays the game. He's such a natural baller, and yeah, really looking forward to playing with him. And obviously, I've been playing with Ursula for quite a few years now, so the two of us really understand each other, and we know how we want to play. And yeah, really excited to just play rugby again and see the boys again. And yeah, for Warwick to come down, I think it's exciting not only for me but for the franchise as well, to have another world-class player replacing Dylan Leitz.
Cool. All right, guys, if there are any questions from your side, please go for it.
Hi, could I jump in first up?
Yes, Craig, good to see you. Been a while.
Yeah, how's it going, guys? Hi, Damian. Thanks for taking the time. Listen, just, everyone's struggled with lockdown. Players, obviously, you guys have been staying fit in lockdown, but you're a goal kicker, and that's probably one thing you can't do in lockdown. I don't know how big your house is. Maybe you can do it in lockdown, but how frustrating has that been, not being able to sort of hone that particular skill? Has that put a bit more mental pressure on you?
Well, thanks, Craig. Yeah, I wouldn't say that so. Obviously, it's been tough, to do a lot of exercises. But obviously, goal kicking is one of my top priorities, and something that I'm really working hard on. And obviously, with the lockdown now, it's been restricted. But yeah, there was a few other stuff that I could do at home, which I did. And yeah, obviously, with weekend training through the week now, or through the day now. I'm definitely doing some kicking. I went kicking this morning as well on my quarter. So yeah, that's a bit helping. So yeah, did a few other stuff, to work on the kicking as well.
Damon, how's it, Adnan? Yeah, just on Warwick, we all know that he's got the ability to kick with both feet. How much do you think that will assist you also as a player to have somebody at the back there that is able to, to maybe relieve pressure and to kick tactically off both feet?
Yeah, thanks, Adnan. Warwick will definitely play a huge role within our kicking game as well. It's always such a helpful thing, to have a kicker that can kick with both feet. So yeah, Warwick will definitely play a big role there, and helping me and assisting the team with his left boot. So yeah, really looking forward to playing with Warwick, and just to see, as I mentioned, he's got great attributes and skills, that he can bring to the team, which will be another whole dynamic. So yeah, really looking forward to that.
Damien, hi, Gavin Rich here.
Hi, Gavin.
How's it? All the talk at the moment is of you playing flower half from the Stormers, but obviously in the last couple of years you were playing, Rusty was seeing you as a fullback. Has that discourse, has that narrative, Rusty, now you obviously have the chat with the national coaches, obviously Jacques Minaber as well. Is there sort of an agreement now that you're a flower half going forward, or do you see yourself playing maybe flower half for the Stormers and at national level possibly playing number 15?
Well, the plan has always been to use me at number 10 and at number 15. So yeah, that's basically the two positions that I'm, rotating at the moment as well. But at Stormers, I've been playing number 10 for the full season now. I've only played one game at number 15, if I can remember that. So yeah, national, it depends. I started my debut on number 10 for the national team. So yeah, basically that's just the two positions that I'm rotating at the moment within, and also it's giving me a lot of opportunity to grow as a player, and just to see the game from different angles and stuff like that. So yeah, it's been basically that two positions, and we all know that I prefer number 10, and obviously Coach John and the coaching staff has backed me at number 10 and given me the opportunity to play 10, and obviously to play number 15 as well, because I'm within that players to choose from at number 15 at the national team. Thanks.
Damian, how's it, man? Dobbo mentioned that he ran the Warwick thing with you before he genuinely went for Warwick to come down. How does that? Do you feel that there's a sense of you becoming more of a senior player in the squad now? If things like that start to happen?
Yeah, look, I can't praise Coach Dobbo enough for letting me know. I didn't think that he would let me know, but yeah, it just shows that he does care, and yeah, he wanted my input, and yeah, I gladly told him that. Well, like gave him a bit of not advice, but my views from what I've worked with Warwick with at the World Cup. So yeah, we'll see how things goes now with the lockdown and when we can resume to training. But yeah, I'm really grateful for Coach Dobbo for letting me know and letting me know that he's gonna look at Warwick.
Damian, Justin here. We see sort of the signings that the Stormers have made, and especially at that flyer position. And the other day I saw something on your Instagram where you were kicking with Kyle. You're coming at a place now where ultimately you are the senior sort of statesman, if I can call it that, at that position. Exciting surely for you to be able to share your knowledge with the Stormers and as well as with the Springboks with these exciting players coming through the ranks at the Stormers?
Yeah, it's a very privileged position to be in. To see younger guys. I mean, a few years ago, I was the youngest guy in the Stormers group for about 2 or 3 years, and we can see the whole generation swap going through now. A lot of the older guys leaving, so the guys like me, we have to step up and show the guys the way to go. And yeah, it's something that I really cherish and something that I'm really working hard on in order for me to set a good example for the younger guys coming in, showing them what it takes and just like leading by example. And yeah, I know Kate from school, and he was grade 8, I think, when I was grade 11, and we've been kicking together since then and working together since then. So it's really great to see a guy like him coming through, coming up to senior level, and we're all excited to see what those guys can bring to the table. And yeah, I think it's very important for guys like me to spend as much time as I can with him, just to get to know him, to see where he's at the moment. We all know that he's been playing in France and stuff like that. So yeah, just taking it step by step, and yeah, slowly trying to guide the guys into senior rugby.
Damian, is there a sense of frustration in a way, because you are as a Springbok, you're a world champion. The Stormers had a chance to build on something in Super Rugby. That's all been suspended and taken away. And now you look across the pond and the Kiwis are going to start playing again. Does that sort of compound the feeling of frustration that everything, of everything that's happened, that you haven't really had a chance to kick on from last year?
Yeah, I must say it is frustrating for all of us. We want to be on the pitch, we want to play rugby, and I must say that we and as the Stormers, we were quite on a very good, how can I say, we were on a good run with the Super Rugby. Obviously, we lost that 2 games now against the Sharks and the Blues. But yeah, our rugby was really going well, and for it all to just have stopped, it is frustrating. And as I mentioned, the guys want to get out on the pitch, the guys want to see each other, they want to play, and we were really at a good space then. But yeah, this is the reality that we face now. This is the reality that we're in now. So we'll just have to make the best of the opportunity. Obviously, those guys are already on the advanced, level, where they can run outside, they can train in groups and stuff like that. So they are already one step ahead of us. But yeah, we're focusing hard on our conditioning and making sure that when we do return, we can hit the ground running and we are ready to train again. And hopefully within a month or so, we can play full-on contact rugby and get back to what we love, and just to play rugby again.
Yeah, and it's not like New Zealand teams need an advantage at the best of times, is it?
Are you guys starting to see the light at the end of the tunnel now? Sorry, Adnan. in the sense that, like, for a long time it looked like rugby was eons away. But it's starting to, just lately it feels like, particularly with the Premier League starting in 2 weeks. So we're talking about soccer, obviously, but it's starting to feel like there is sort of some light at the end of the tunnel, isn't there? I mean, how do the players feel about that?
Yeah, I must say the guys are they're looking forward to getting back on the pitch. Obviously we're allowed to train now during the day. So yeah, the guys are really looking forward to it, and obviously as we've seen the Premier League and stuff like that resuming now, New Zealand is starting to get back to their domestic team games. So yeah, we can see the light at the end now. But yeah, as I said, it's important that we still focus on just going through the safety regulations and stuff, and then when our time do come, that we're ready to get back onto the pitch then.
Damian, in the first part of the season, you had a guy like Jamie Roberts playing next to you, very experienced guy. Just your thoughts on how he has assisted you, and will he be missed? And does it mean now that you have to take the responsibility on yourself and not be able to rely on more experienced guys?
Yeah, Jamie has been a very influential player in this season for the Stormers. He's a great guy on and off the pitch. So yeah, he'll definitely be missed, and obviously that experience he brought. You can't buy something like that. Jamie's 100 Test capper, and he played a Brits and Irish, I think 2 Brits and Irish Lions. So we're definitely gonna miss that. I can't tell you that we're not gonna miss that. We are gonna miss him. He's a world-class player, as I mentioned, and yeah, look, there's a lot of other guys that can step up into that position and that role. Myself as well, I'll have to make a big step up, as you mentioned, with Cade and those guys coming in. So definitely a big responsibility on my shoulders. Not only on my shoulders, but we have great leaders within the team. We've got Bongi still, we've got Sia, the list goes on, Steven Kutsoff and all those guys still there. So yeah, we're really looking forward to just getting back with the guys, and putting plans in place. We've had Zoom meetings and stuff like that, to how we want to go about things, and yeah, looking forward to get back.
Has there been any fun incidents in training with no contact allowed, where some dumb forwards decided to tackle someone or do something silly like that?
No, not really. I mean, we can't now.
All right, guys. Any more questions? Leighton, yeah, go for it.
Yeah, still this side. Damian, just in terms of off the field stuff, obviously you guys had time to go through personal stuff. Mike, you mentioned you were studying. What program are you following, or what programs are you following in terms of studying?
At the moment, I'm doing business administration through Molpark. So I'm first year now at the moment. So yeah, basically doing that, and then I'm at the moment doing marketing. So yeah, just been doing that for a year through Molpark, and it's been helping me a lot. Spending this lockdown, just to keep stimulating the brain, and obviously, it helped a lot with travels and that. So yeah, it's been really good to me, and I wrote exams about a month ago, so I'm gonna start next month again with my new module.
And just in terms of those exams, it's probably very different to the exam you write every Saturday when you're in that number 10 position.
Yeah, it is very different. It's more theory and stuff like that. But yeah, it's pretty much the same. You have to prepare well for it. To make sure that you're 100% ready for it on the weekend or when you're writing that exam. So yeah, just preparation is really important.
Damian,
one of
sorry, Adnan, I've forgotten. I've actually, for the life of me, I can't remember Rat's name. The former skills coach from
Paul Finney.
Yeah, Paul Finney. Rat. He used to tell us that you need so many games at fly half before it starts becoming like second nature. And he said you had a lot of potential to play fly half, but that will take time. And in time it'll start becoming like you're a machine there, and it sort of becomes, you know, part of you. The first part of my question is, how far away do you think you are from getting there, and is it easier to play at fly? I mean, do you need more time at fly half to get used to fly half than you would need, for instance, to be to play at fullback? In other words, you can play a season at fly half much easier and move to fullback than the other way around. If you played fullback and then you were suddenly asked to play fly half.
Yeah, I remember Coach Paul telling that that was one of the things he always told me, not to be so hard on myself. You know, just to play the game and stuff. And he always said, like, once I get to 35 odd games, you know, he'll start like backing off and like not like stop coaching me, but like, you know, letting me start running stuff. And yeah, I mean, I think I'm around about 30 odd games. But yeah, I don't think I do need any more time, you know, to like settle in. I think I've been around world-class players and stuff like that. It's just about, you know, how you perform. You know, it's important that you perform week in and week out, you know, that just to show that you're consistent. You know, you have to give it your best every weekend. You can't have one good game and then two bad games and stuff like that, you know, so you'll be inconsistent the whole time like that. So yeah, I think like from my side, you know, it's important that you show up every weekend and you play to the best of your ability, and then, you know, people won't be able to question that, you know. So I think that's the only thing at the moment. And yeah, I mean, I think I've definitely become a better player than I was 4 years ago. So yeah, I think, you know, it's important to still keep working and, you know, put on the hard yards off the field and on the field. But yeah, I just think it's all about consistency and playing to the best of your ability, which will, you know, eventually like give you that, you know, that you're ready.
Yeah, we've got
Damian,
one last question from
remember-
Adnan. Yeah.
Yeah, Damian, I remember chatting to Paul Feeney, and he said, look, a lot of Kiwi players came through his hands, and in his opinion, you're probably the most prodigiously talented player that he's ever coached. So the thing is, the one thing that he mentioned was, obviously, you will grow into the position. Do you feel that, from your point of view, you should, you know, just be allowed to play your natural game, or you feel that maybe you should just follow your instincts, and then everything will be better from there, instead of thinking of game plans and things like that, and game management?
Yeah, I don't know. And like, it's always been, you know, there's always going to be a game plan and plans that we as players and as management set out through the week that we want to, you know, look at and target. So yeah, I don't think like that it's a question of me, you know, needing more freedom or need any freedom. You know, if there's a gap and you see the gap, you know, we are always back at the Stormers through our coaches, you know, to play what we see. But within that, there is a game plan. And yeah, so it's basically just, you know, your instinct. Obviously, if you see a gap on the field, or if you identify something, you know, as players on the field, we will address that and we'll play accordingly. But yeah, as I mentioned, you know, we throughout the week, you know, we sit and we plan this kind of stuff and how we want to go against our oppositions. So yeah, I think it's just important for us as players, you know, to look at what the other team is giving us and just to play according to that.
Cool. You can tell that nobody misses Rat more than the media guys, eh? It was always good value for you guys. Yeah. All right, Damon. Thank you very much for your time today, guys.
Thank
Awesome.
you.
I think that was good.
Thank you, guys.
Thanks, guys.
Appreciate it. Take care.
Bye, everyone.